Welcome to the Then and Now E3 2018 special, where we look at the unreleased games of E3 2018 and see where they're at now. I'm fucking tired. Oh, it's a long day. It's time for Sony. Monday, the 11th of June. Wait, what the hell am I looking at? Sean Layden walks on to the slightly elevated ground. It's probably a stage. He says hello. References.
Do you remember that movie Kingsman?
Talks about games and the studios that make them. Creepy stuff.
We see gaming as a vocation. It's a calling.
He then introduces Gustavo Santaolalla. He's the composer of The Last of Us and The Last of Us 2, if you didn't know. He comes out in a hoodie with hood up, picks up a banjo and plays. And play he does! Still playing. Still playing. Here's the thing, this isn't inherently odd, Sony have been doing this kind of thing for a few years now. But through the presentation of the whole thing, it's weird. And what should be a little cool moment is just off and just kind of drawn out. With the band sufficiently jewed, the world collectively goes, ah, as we see Game 1, The Last of Us Part 2, where we get talking, dancing, kissy kisses, and murder. Lots and lots of gratuitous murder. It's a nice little gameplay demo that shows us that The Last of Us Part 2 is most certainly The Last of Us Part 2. Since then, we haven't got much new info outside of we recorded the final scene. Mind you, they seem to be playing their cards quite close to their chest on this one, so I won't be surprised if we randomly get a release date that's only several months off.
A quick intermission while folks move along to the next part of the experience.
And if I can have them laugh. Do you remember the weird room? Yeah, all those people are being shifted to the actual presentation room. So, I guess that's full time. Sid Schumann is joined by Ryan Clements and Sean Layden as they talk about New Game Plus for God of War and generally fill that time.
I say we kick it off with a look at the latest from the world of Call of Duty.
I guess, is this game 2? Does this count? I don't think it does. It's some maps for Black Ops 3 if you pre-order 4. Heck man, I don't know. We go back to the desk, now with two new additions, Meredith Molinari and Ramon Russell. Also, they added Black Ops 3 to PS Plus, so that's nice I guess. Hey, that thing you ignored on the way to E3? Here it is again. As for Black Ops, these aren't contributing to the total game count, as they are just repeats of the E3 build. But I will give them a rundown. Tetris Effect came out on the 9th of November, and was very positively received. It's Tetris plus Lumines. Of course it was. Days Gone, out on the 26th of April, to a mixed reception. One of those instances where the public opinion seems to skew in a little more favourable direction. Couldn't tell you myself, I haven't touched it. Van Meer, not much news outside of the occasional trailer, and there's no specific release date yet. Ghost Giant, released on the 16th of April, to a positive reception. And finally Beat Saber, out on the 20th of November. People like it. We're close to exiting this pocket dimension, and we close out this peculiar pit stop with Game 2, Destiny 2 Forsaken. Yes, Game 2. I'm calling it Game 2. This is a new trailer for a new fucking thing. I'm tired of fucking waiting. It's fucking Game 2. Issue du Joko Dua Spiel 2 Wego dos Ludum Secundum. The expansion released on the 4th of September. It was well reviewed and received the traditional series praise of "This is what Destiny should have been." The panel wrap up this segment and throw over to the main theatre, where Fluteman prepares for his recital. He flutes. Flute on, Fluteman. Game 3, Ghost of Tsushima. We get a lovely gameplay demo. Oh, that's lovely. We haven't heard much since E3. No more gameplay, no more hints. Oh, that's lovely, isn't it? I mean, no more hints of a release date. Hopefully we'll get more say. Oh. Oh, it's so lovely. The conference takes on a more traditional feel as we smoothly move on to Game 4. Is it Dreams? I mean, I know that these interludes are made in dreams, but do I count it? Bloody hell, I wasn't expecting the format to be challenged this hard. Feck it. Game 4. After an exceptionally long wait, it was, after all, in a sense, shown at the PS4 reveal. It was released on the 16th of April in early access, but you know, it's a step in the right direction. Judging from what Media Molecule have said themselves, they expect us to be a short stint in early access, so it should be out by the end of the year. Hopefully. Game 5, Control. It's a new game from Remedy. Isn't that lovely? It is. And it should be coming out on the 27th of August. It looks neat, and I want to play it. On to Game 6. Oh, what could this be? We appear to be perusing a storage room as a small mammal, a rodent, perhaps. A PlayStation 1, is it? It's bloody Resident Evil 2 remake! It kicked the fucking door in and exclaimed, "Oi, dickhead, I'm here!" on the 25th of January to an extremely positive reception. God, I love Resident Evil 2.
You do not hesitate.
Game 7? Trover Saves the Universe. It came out at the end of May. Game a positive reception, that's good. On to Game 8. It's Kingdom Hearts 3. Again. This time with a new trailer. So there's that, where we see Pirates of the Caribbean, and boy does it look weird. Now, don't get me wrong, it looked weird in 2, but now it's got like an extra 2 generations of power to fuel that weird. I like it. Next, a quick trailer to say that, hey, do you know all that there Kingdom Hearts? It be on the PlayStation, it be. Game 9, Death Stranding. Over the course of the year, we didn't really get much of anything, and it wasn't until the end of May where we got not only a new trailer, but also a release date of the 8th of November. I personally have no idea what happens in the trailer, because I have no intent to find out any more about this game until it bloody releases. For all I know, Death Stranding is just Norman Reedus wandering around delivering parcels, and I'll be honest, I would be kinda into that. Also, this shot here gave me real strong Fragile Dreams vibes. So now I'm wondering what Kojima's taking out Chicken Man would be. Ooh, Chicken Man. Ooh. Game 10, Neo 2. There wasn't much of this either. However, in saying that, over the course of E3 we learned little bits of information here and there, and that they were going to use a similar method of developing the game as they did with Neo 1, as in, release some alphas, betas, etc. and take feedback. They did just that and released a limited time alpha in May. Still no sign of an actual release date though. Game 11, Sony's Insomniac's Marvel's Spider-Man. It was released on the 7th of September to a positive response. Also, in my opinion, they showed way too much of this demo. I won't get into it, I'll just say that it really took the wind out of the second act. And that's it. Or is it? No! There's one more game, and it wasn't a part of the main show. For some reason, we're thrust back into the Phantom Zone for Game 12, Terror Scene. Arrived on the 6th of November to a mixed response. It's a real hit and miss game from what I can gather. Which side of the fence am I on? Couldn't tell you, but it is sitting on my hard drive, so I'll see you eventually. And we're done.
Now.
Numbers! We may be near the end of E3, but I'm going to repeat this anyway. The total is solely comprised of unreleased games. There are first and third party sections. The total does not also include games that appear at the respective publisher's show, or ports unless notable. There were a total of 10 games. 6 of the 10 are first party, and 2 of the 6 have released, 1 positive and 1 mixed. Third party. Of the 10 games, there were a total of 4 third party games, with 2 of the 4 releasing, and both were positive. On the first party front, we have similar statistics to Microsoft. However, unlike Microsoft's show, the difference here is that we're seeing most of these games for the second time and upwards. This is apparently one of the reasons why we won't be seeing Sony at E3 this year, since it would probably just be more of this. As for the show itself, ever since the orchestra was so well received, Sony seemed to feel obligated to try and one-up themselves each year. This was the point where it finally became a detriment to the show itself. The weird church town hall was neat. Well, when we got the reveal anyway. Was it worth it for the impact it caused the remainder of the show? Most certainly not. All that time spent in the intermission just sucked out all the momentum and excitement and replaced it with confusion and boredom. Then we get the fluteman. The reaction wasn't, "Oh cool, a fluteman." It was, "Ah jeez, get on with it for God's sake." Poor fluteman. I personally didn't react that negatively, but that was because I was numbed by the confusion and also by a want to sleep. It wasn't until I looked back at it that, on paper, this was actually a good show. I was excited about all of those games, except Trover, especially Resident Evil 2 Remake. I have been waiting in that game for over a bloody decade at this point. This show is the definition of quality over quantity. When I rewatched this conference, I initially skipped the intermission, and guess what? It was good. Shorter than usual? Yes. Did it contain a tsunami of games? No. But they were all interesting, barring Trover. This was the complete opposite of Microsoft's conference. This felt like a Sony show with some third parties popping in to say hello. They showed a fifth of what Microsoft showed, but I was excited for all of them, except Trover. Look, I know Trover has been used as like the butt of a joke. Like, I have nothing against it. I just don't care. And that was Sony. A bit of a mess, certainly, but good games. We're almost there. It's just Nintendo left. I hear they're going to show Smash Brothers.